Welcome to another episode of Malayali Meals in Miles. Malayali Meals in Milesന്റെ മറ്റൊരു എപ്പിസോഡിലേക്ക് ഏവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. ഇന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത് ഈ കാനഡയുടെ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ മനസ്സിലാക്കി ഇവിടെ ഉള്ള ഒരു ഗരാജ് എടുത്തിട്ട് അതിൻ്റെ മേളിൽ സ്വീറ്റ് പണിഞ്ഞ നമ്മുടെ ഒരു ഫ്രണ്ടിൻ്റെ കൂടാണ്. Today we are here with a friend of ours who has understood the potential that this country has to offer and has maximized the space on his land by converting a garage into a suite. So let's meet him and talk to him more about the suite and how it came to be. So today we are here with our friend Subin, who has taken a normal garage and turned it into a full fold house. So let's meet him.
Hi, Jisha.
Hi Subin, how are you? So we're here today to see what you've done with this garage and
Yeah.
this marvelous structure that you've created here.
Yeah.
So we just want to talk a bit more about how this idea came into being, the process that
For
you
sure.
went through and all of that. So my first question is, what was your thought process behind this? Like, how did this idea come to your head?
It's been a dream for almost, I would say, ever since 2012. When we came and saw the area first, this community is called Mackenzie Town, as you know. And many of the houses has the same thing going in their backyard. So when I saw that, I was quite excited. The way it can be uh, a rental income possibility, and at the same time you have a garage in the main level. But I thought it's a good idea.
Yeah.
So that's where all the thoughts came in.
Okay, that sounds fantastic. Do you think we can have a closer look at the place?
For sure, even though it's not fully, as you can see, there's lots of debris and everything here.
Yeah.
It's not fully done. There's
Yeah.
few more things that needs to be finished.
Yeah.
But we can definitely go and have a look, and
Okay,
you guys
sounds
can
great.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jisha, we have a small parking here
Okay.
for the tenant.
Oh,
So
that's
that
great.
so
Yeah.
that it's not fully covered, but it's partially covered.
Yeah.
So they can have their own sport. They
Yeah.
don't have to park on the alley.
Yeah, that's great.
Um,
Like they'll have their own little space
Exactly. Or this could be used as a barbecue place as well.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can set a barbecue and
here. Yeah.
they can have a barbecue here.
That'll be great for summers,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a thought. And here they have a separate entrance. And like I said, there'll be a fence right here, which I'll be putting it later on.
Okay.
Once the ground start thawing, we can
Yeah.
put a pillar in
Yeah.
and go ahead with that. So
Yeah.
they'll have complete privacy over here.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
we'll have our own privacy as well.
yeah, that makes sense.
Come on in.
Thank you.
It's a little untidy here, but
Wow, this is absolutely
so
fantastic.
that's the entrance here. Turning the lights on. There. That's the lights. There is a storage space here for the tenant to be used. There is some stuff still left over from the construction, but yet to be removed, And this is a furnace room where there's furnace and hot water tank, and it's pretty rough in shape. And this has almost, it's the current capacity ഇതിന്റെ 220 amps ഉണ്ട്. So 200 amps ഉണ്ട്. Sorry, 200 amps ഉണ്ട്. Where usual homes are 100 amps. So load capacity bigger ആണ് ഇതിന്റെ. So that's something that we will discuss later. One of the challenges that I had.
So before we go into the challenges, I want to talk more about the process that you went through. Was it pretty smooth, or were there any loopholes? What was it like?
It wasn't smooth. I wouldn't say it was any smooth. When I tried by myself to get the permits done, there was lots of hiccups. City wasn't any easy to deal with. But city has their own process, how to take this. And there is consultants that you can hire to get the approval, planning, and everything done. So I did hire somebody after getting tired of me
Yeah.
being not able to do it.
Okay.
So I did hire somebody like a consultant who will do the drawings, do all the applications. All we have to do is pay the fees.
Okay. Nice.
So I sat with her, did the planning, and then she did all the paperwork towards the city. So I would recommend anybody who is doing the same thing to go through a consultant where they are aware of the codes. It's important for you to know there is codes for the city that needs to be met,
Mm-hmm.
and any drawing doesn't do.
Okay.
Anybody who draws doesn't do the job because
Yeah.
they don't know the code.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important for you to have somebody who know all the city codes
Yeah.
and can draw up to that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So yeah,
Okay. I mean, you went through a lot, but we're glad that we're finally here and it's all done,
finally,
right? Like, it's a
yeah,
huge sense of relief to finally be here in the structure that you
absolutely,
built.
absolutely,
Okay, so before we talk more, can we go upstairs?
absolutely. Come
Yeah.
on in.
Wow, it's very bright. Like, there's a lot of sunshine.
It's very bright,
Yeah.
even though the blinds are closed. As we open the blinds, there'll be more sunlight coming in
Wow.
because it's a south-facing backyard.
Yeah.
You get pretty much 12 hours of sunlight.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah,
Like, Calgary is known for its sunshine, so someone who lives here can absolutely take
Absolutely.
advantage of that.
it's not like a basement. Basement will keep you in dark, but
Yeah.
this place is
Yeah.
pretty much living in your own home.
Absolutely.
Not even like an
Yeah.
apartment.
Yeah.
It's you have the privacy of your own home.
Mm-hmm.
Where only thing that you feel like it's an apartment because it's upstairs.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's pretty much like your own home.
Yeah. So I must say, this kitchen space looks absolutely brilliant. I feel like standing here and doing some cooking right now. So, I mean, especially the faucet, like it's gold plated and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
looks absolutely brilliant. So, can we talk a little bit more about the space? Can you tell us a bit more about the materials and things like that?
So the kitchen layout, the credit goes to the designer who I told you before, the lady who I hired, the consultant who I hired for doing all the layout and everything. She did the layouts and permits and everything. So the layout credit goes to her, but the rest of the finishes, this is quartz countertop, pretty
Mhm.
easy to maintain and easy to clean, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But the other fit and finishes, those things were my selection. That's the only credit that I have.
Yeah.
The color, I did choose the colors. I
Mhm.
wanted to have warm colors. I
Yeah.
didn't want anything to go crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't want any hard colors
Mhm.
that is very sparkly, or how do
Yeah.
I say it?
Yeah. This
So
looks very elegant and well put
correct.
together.
I want that elegancy. I
Yeah.
didn't want the most modern contemporary style. Everything looks squarish and
Yeah.
everything. I didn't want
Yeah,
that.
I get that.
wanted to have a little more conservative styling.
Mhm.
So I went with the old. The old concept was everything in gold and
Yeah.
finish and everything.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of coming back.
Yeah, even the handles are done in gold, so it
Right.
it ties into the whole thing, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And everything else is white. The gold kind of stands out.
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
kind of nice.
Yeah. And anyone who wants to decorate the space can get it well done because the colors
yeah.
that you've chosen are very complementary. So
Very
Yeah.
neutral colors. So rest of the appliances and everything, I chose it from Costco because that was the best place for me to get the best value for
Yeah.
my money.
Yeah.
So I went with Costco. And nothing is too expensive here. Everything is a mediocre,
Yeah.
range budget appliances here. Nothing is too crazy. Even the cabinets, it's not an upgrade or anything. It's a regular. I wanted to have the shaker cabinets where you could have a little more of a conservative style that I could see. But that was time consuming to make those cabinets, so I decided to go with the plain ones.
Yeah, but don't worry, everything is very well done. Looks
Yeah,
very
yeah.
nice.
So I'll show you a little more about the place. Here we have, as we come up, we have this closet here. It's for your coats and hangers and whatnot, and you can have a decent sized shoe rack in there. It's pretty deep, decent size. And here we have a washer and dryer and a little bit of storage up there. It's pretty well done. Decent space. Sorry for the banging. And as we go, we have the kitchen with all the dishwashers and everything. And I mean, a full kitchen and a living space here. That's a space for the TV and pretty much a space for a sofa, maybe a small table here for dining. Um, and I don't know if you have seen this. We have a balcony here. And here is our balcony. I don't know how to lock it. Here we have a small balcony. Okay, and we have two bedrooms side by side and a washroom right in the middle. We didn't want it to do a master ensuite just because anybody who can come, they don't want to go into the master suite to access the washroom. So we want it to be a little common for both washrooms, I mean both bedrooms. So here we have one bedroom here. It's it this is the biggest bedroom that I have in here, one of the biggest bedrooms. So the other one is a smaller one, and here we have a closet. And as we go, that's your throne and your bathtub if you want to relax in there. The contractor gave me the option of having a standing shower, but I choose to go with a bathtub. And here we have a second bedroom. And instead of having a closet, we have a little, how do I say it? It's an inbuilt closet, pretty much, where it's less space consuming. And that's what we have. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so this place is obviously it's beautifully done. Anyone who lives here would absolutely enjoy the space.
Yeah.
But like you mentioned earlier, you went through a lot of challenges in bringing this to life. So
Yeah.
can we talk a bit about the challenges that you went through in getting this done?
So if you want to go through the timeline where I started, conceived the idea of having a garage suite, that was when we bought the house back in 2012. But then I didn't have the money to build it, so I forgot about my dream for almost like what 12 years.
Wow.
And then now, since the property started to appreciate a little bit of money, I was able to pull out the money from the equity that I had in the property in order to build this.
Okay, that's
Even the
brilliant.
whole yeah, the whole investment I couldn't pull out of the equity, but I had to source it from somewhere else as well. So the entire cost of this will be somewhere about $300,000,
Okay.
plus or minus.
Wow.
I give you the
Ballpark figure.
ballpark figure,
Yeah.
but somewhere about $300,000. Now, the biggest challenges that I had was to um, get the right contractor.
Mhm.
One of the biggest challenges. Now, that's not the biggest challenge. There is more to find the right contractor. And I interviewed almost like four to six contractors, and
Okay.
I figured that I could trust somebody who I know than trusting somebody who
Yeah.
I totally don't
Yeah.
know. And then the next challenge was to get the electricity in.
Mhm.
NMAX was not easy to deal with,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Sorry to say
Yeah.
the name, but
Yeah.
NMAX wasn't, and since NMAX is monopolizing the electricity part, they were not the easiest. It's like നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിൽ പറയത്തില്ലേ ഗവൺമെന്റ് ഓഫീസുമായിട്ട് ഡീൽ ചെയ്യുന്ന കാര്യം പറയത്തില്ലേ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന പോലെ.
Yeah.
So one, their price tag was huge.
Okay.
Initially, they gave us the price tag of 32,000 to get the line inside the property. Actually, 32,000 was for upgrading the current property's electricity to 200 amps. then I had the idea. Somebody gave me the idea. One of my neighbors who gave me the idea of having a separate line to the unit. And he said you might be able to get some discount because you are a you are considered as a new customer, so they might give you a discount on that. So they were able to get me a discount of almost $5,000, and
Wow.
we landed on $26,000.
Okay, that's a pretty
So
huge difference.
even though that's a good difference, it wasn't easy on me because I wasn't able to foresee that big of a budget for just for electricity only. So, anyways, this was included in the project. So the contractor was supposed to be taking care of it, but he didn't foresee this kind of an expense as well. So he came up to me, and he was kind of helpless, and I could understand, the challenge that he's having. So I kind of agreed with him. We'll part the bill, like 13. I'll put in 13. You put in, so 26. So he agreed with it. So he was kind of nice to deal with that way. So that was one of my biggest challenges that I had to get the NMAX in.
Okay, I mean, that's a lot of challenges, and I can imagine the process that you went through.
Yeah.
So, when you go through something like this, there should be a lot of benefits to it, right? Like you're going through such a lot of trouble for something. So, as we can obviously see, you mean to rent out this place, but what are there any like added benefits to getting this done?
Of course, the primary benefit of this is basically renting. പക്ഷെ നമ്മൾ അത് മാത്രമല്ല വിചാരിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. വി തോട്ട് ഓഫ് ലോങ് ടേമിൽ നമുക്ക് എന്തുവാ ഉള്ള ഒരു ബെനിഫിറ്റ് എന്നോടാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇതിനകത്ത് ചിന്തിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. യു ആർ ആക്ച്വലി ആഡിങ് വാല്യൂ ടു യുവർ പ്രോപ്പർട്ടി.
Yes.
So basically my property was probably worth somewhere about 560 to $600,000. Now it's almost valued around $1 million.
Wow.
So that kind of a difference. So it's that's one thing. In long term, we can have a better equity on the property. At the same time, you'll have a rental income, but of course, a rental income is up to the market. You cannot really get the money back right away. It's a slow progression, so it's not coming, in a day or two.
It's not an immediate return on investment,
Correct.
but it's something that you're doing for yourself.
If you're planning to keep the property for long, of course, this is a thing that you can do in order to maximize the equity, maximize the value of your property.
Yes, that makes sense.
And I was thinking of buying another home, but it came to a point that to buy a new home, about 2,000 square feet as of today, you'll have to spend at least $700,000 or more. Where I could maximize the space within, I didn't want to have a big baggage of mortgage on my top. So I did this to maximize the equity on my current property. So we don't want to just live for paying rent, mortgage only, right? So this was one thing that I thought this is wise to do this.
Yeah, I personally think it's a brilliant strategy as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to our final question, I just wanted to know your thoughts, or what advice would you give to someone who's doing something like this or planning on doing something like this?
That's a big question. I can't conclude everything, but I can just give you the things that is popping up from my mind. First of all, you should at least add to the budget at least 25% more to the budget, so that you're ready for surprises. Any surprises that comes along. The project cost can depend on wiring and max, and there is inflation costs that happens all the time. So there is many things that factors into it. So always 25% more. That should be the budget that you should have. Interview at least 6 to 8 contractors, and don't just focus on the number they give. Look how confident are they, or how informative are they. regarding the project. Are they confident on doing something like this? That's one thing that you should always keep in mind.
Yeah.
Not just the dollar value. Some might say the very cheaper code, they might not be able to finish all that within with for what you want.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that you always have to keep in mind. Me being an East Indian guy, we always kept that dollar value up high, and I realized the fact that that shouldn't be the first thing to look for. Like I said, the guy should be informative enough.
Yeah.
He should be confident enough to build this.
Yeah.
What else do I know? Always hire a consultant to do all the paperwork, the permits, and design, layout, and everything. Hire somebody who is knowledgeable, because not everybody can do a proper layout.
Yeah.
This space has been very well laid out because of the designer. She knew exactly what she is doing.
Okay.
So otherwise, this will go sideways, not the way you want to go.
Yeah.
So that's all that I can think of as of now. But I'll let you know if I have any more.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's very good advice for our viewers. And thank you so much for having us, Subin. And this has been absolutely brilliant. Like what you've done with this place, this idea from source to completion. You've done such a brilliant job. So kudos to you on all of this. And I hope it brings you all the return on investment that you deserve.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It was not just the return of investment. It was a dream come true for me. Me dreaming it for almost 12, 13 years. So here I have a garage and a suite on top of it, and it you won't tell that the whole space is on top of a suite.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
mean, on top of a garage.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, we are so glad that your dream finally came to life. It has come to fruition, and we are glad that we got to be a part of it as well. So thank you so much for having us, and wish you much success.
Always happy to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.